Let's dive into Colonel Allende, one of the most striking antagonists in Red Dead Redemption. As governor of the Mexican region Nuevo Paraíso and a colonel in the Mexican army, Allende presents himself as a strong-arm ruler who believes he's bringing civilization and order to a chaotic land. From the outset, he's positioned as someone with power and a sense of destiny, yet his methods and morals are deeply corrupted. Allende's background reveals an interesting arc. He is said to have been born around 1858 from a peasant family in Mexico, and at one time held idealistic convictions. Over time, he becomes ruthless and cynical, using his position to exploit the people of Nuevo Paraíso, taking their land, silencing dissent, enforcing labor on their former property, and generally ruling with brutal force. His residence in the fortified mansion in Escalera places him as a figure who governs by fear and spectacle. You can picture the contrast between the richness of his villa and the suffering of the peasants outside in the game. Allende's story crosses with the protagonist John Marston, when John ventures into Mexico seeking his targets, namely his former gang members. Allende offers John's supposed safe pass and help in exchange for John working with him. John helps Allende suppress rebels led by Abraham Reyes, while Allende promises to deliver John's targets. Initially, it seems like a pragmatic alliance. John needs information, Allende needs muscle. But the alliance is a trap. Allende uses John as a pawn, first leaning on him to fight rebel forces, then betraying him. There's a key mission where John believes his targets are held in a church in Chuparosa, only to realize he's been led into a setup by Allende's forces. When John is saved by Reyes's rebels instead, that moment shifts John's allegiance. He sees Allende's duplicity and crosses over to the rebels' side. Allende's hubris and brutality are revealed fully at this point. Eventually, John and Reyes mount an assault on Allende's villa and his regime. In the climax, Allende tries to flee in an armored stagecoach with Bill Williamson, but is caught. At that point, Allende tries to bargain his way out, offering Williamson to John and Reyes in return for his life. But ultimately, he is killed, either by John or by Abraham Reyes, depending on player choice. His fall symbolizes the collapse of tyrannical rule in that region of the game. What makes Allende memorable is his mix of dialogue and ideology. He speaks of bringing God and civilization to his land, yet he uses violence, exploitation, and sexual abuse to maintain control. His line, "Force must be used if you are to have your own way," encapsulates his worldview. He believes in order, but his version of it is brutal. This presents a strong contrast to John's own arc. John came seeking to put his outlaw past behind him, but ends up navigating complex politics and betrayal in the process. Also interesting, Allende's character plays into the game's themes of revolution, power, and the fading West.